Hello, everyone. Jim, are we starting now?
Yes, I just invite Fernando.
Okay. All right. I thought we were going to have a quick video, but that's okay. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sslc's Pathway webinar series. My name is Ilyas, and I'm the Pathway Program Manager here at Sslc, joining you once again from our Vancouver campus. We were off last week. I was attending ICEF, and I'm happy to be back this week. And today we have Niagara College joining us from St. Catharines, Ontario, and Fernando will be with us shortly. He was having some technical issues prior to the event. We tried testing the platform together, but hopefully he'll be joining us soon. But in the meantime, I can have a little bit of chat with you. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. We are continuing with our Pathway webinars this week and next week and weeks after. I hope you're all joining and watching our videos with our Pathway partners. Maybe I can start with a few updates. We've reopened our campus in Toronto. Sslc Toronto campus reopened this Monday on August 31st. So we are excited about that. And as you already know, we already reopened our campuses in Vancouver and Victoria as of July 6th. And
Yes. Fernando, he's going to join us. He
okay.
just called me. Just
okay. He'll be here.
Yeah.
That's great. And today we're going to talk about Niagara College's programs, admission requirements, as we always do. And of course, how you can easily transition from Sslc's Pathway program, which is EPE, English for Post-Secondary Education, to Niagara College's program. And Fernando will hopefully be able to tell more about Niagara College to us. Okay. Hi, Fernando. Can you please join me on stage? If you can invite.
Yes, I just invite him. So
okay.
We are just waiting.
Okay, he'll accept the invitation soon, I hope. And yeah, there he is. Hi, Fernando.
Hello, Elias. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today?
Good. How about you?
Oh, the wonders of home office, my friend.
So you made it. You made it. That's good.
Yes. So I am just quite unsure if the presentation will happen. So if I'll be able to share my slides. So probably I'll have to go just talking to everyone.
You know what? If you cannot share it, what we can do is you can send it to us, and we'll be able.
I just sent it.
You sent it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then Jim will be able to share it, and then he can just switch the pages when it's necessary. So. Fernando, welcome, and thank you for joining us today. Let's get to know you first.
Sure.
For our audience. Can you tell us a bit more about yourself, what you do at Niagara College, how long you've been with the college, etc., and then we can start talking about Niagara College.
Absolutely. So hi, everyone. My name is Fernando Gama. I'm the regional manager for the Americas and the Caribbean at Niagara College. And I'm the regional manager in charge of all our relations with our amazing language school partners, and Sprott Language College is one of them. So I've been with Niagara College for 5 years right now. I'm originally from Brazil. So, and now Brazilian Canadian. I came to Canada just like many of you that are dreaming to come to Canada one day or are here in Canada already. Mm-hmm. So I came to Canada as an international student, and guess what? I started studying English, just like you guys. Mm-hmm. And after my English language studies, I joined Niagara College for a post-secondary diploma And after that, I joined. I applied for my post-graduation work permit. I started working here in Canada. I got an amazing job here in Niagara, and now I've been living here with my family. I have a beautiful daughter that was just born during this pandemic. So we're definitely enjoying our times here during this time. But we know that this is a difficult time for everyone. But on difficult times, we have opportunities, and that these opportunities, you have to seize them.
Exactly. What a success story right there. So I'm sure you'll be able to share your experience both as a student at Niagara College and as an international student, and you went through all the stages. And I'm sure most of our prospective students out there, current and prospective students, are looking into doing or going the same path as you did, as most of us did actually here in Canada. So it's great to have you on our webinar today. So thank you
Amazing.
one more time.
Thanks for having me. And I'm very much looking forward to getting to know everyone that's here with us today. So I see that Mohammed said hi. Hi, Mohammed. And I'm very curious to see, like, if you're here, just let me know that you're here in the chat. Let me know where you're from. If you're in Canada right now, if you're in a home country, because I'm very curious to know everyone.
All right. So what we'll do is, Fernando, let me just remind you and everyone else our concept. So we'll start with your presentation. So we'll get to know more about Niagara College, what programs you offer there, and what are some popular programs for international students. We're going to talk about, I'm sure you have it in your presentation. You can tell us a bit about more about Niagara region, and the opportunities there, and then admission requirements, admission procedures, how it works, and finally, as I always do, I want to touch based on our pathway agreement, how students can easily transition from our pathway program to Niagara College's programs. And then in the end, we can take some questions from our audience, and I might interrupt you from time to time if questions arise, and then we can wrap up today. Okay?
Absolutely. That works amazing. So while I'm sending the presentation to you guys, would you mind starting with your part first, so we can I have some time to work this out?
Sure. I mean, usually I don't do a presentation every time, because that's too much, because we've have maybe over 30 webinars, and we had 2 webinars per day. I've done a general one in the beginning, and then after that I started inviting our pathway partners. So are you going to try sharing your screen, or are you sending it to Jem so he can share it?
I'm sending right now. I'm saving it in a PDF file, so it's smaller, because my presentation is quite big.
Okay. So
I probably need a couple minutes for that.
Okay. If for some reason you get interrupted, I'll continue presenting your PowerPoint. I'll take on where you left. Okay.
Okay.
So while you do that, while we send your presentation, maybe I can quickly talk about our pathway program and our programs here at SSLC. And in the meantime, maybe Jim, are you able to share our website? Maybe I do this usually in the end, but we can do this in the beginning. Here we are. And our website is, of course, studySSLC.com. And here you can just go on to our Pathway Partners page. We should change the text. Actually, it's now over 40 Canadian universities and colleges. We have over 40 partners in Canada. And as you scroll down this page, you will see our partners. We have quite a bit, all the way from Eastern Canada to West, from coast to coast. And so we have many great partners. And of course, Niagara College is one of them, located in the beautiful Niagara Falls region in St. Catharines, Ontario. And here you can see our advantages, SSLC's details here in this presentation that I prepared a few months ago. You can learn more about our pathway program from this presentation, and it's available on our website as well. And if you go all the way to the bottom of the page, you'll see our partners, and you'll see how our pathway program works. You'll see all the steps, what you need to do. But I'll tell you a shortcut. You can just go on to chat with an advisor feature right there. Click there, just type your questions, just type your message. You can type in English, in your own language, because we have marketers and student advisors that speak your language. So feel free to send us a message, and then we'll get back to you immediately. And then here you can see our pathway partners, of course. We've organized webinars, almost all of them. We are, I think, near to the end, and Jim will be uploading those onto our website as well. So if you have any questions, you can always refer to our website, or you can just email us or myself directly, and we'll be able to help you. How are we doing with the presentation, Fernando?
So I'm just sending it to you right now.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Sure. And we are also excited to launch our brand new program, Sslc Connect, powered by National Geographic Learning. This started actually this Monday on August 31st. So it's online, and so if you want to improve your English prior to coming to Canada, you can do so with Sslc, with Sslc Connect. And we have different time zones. So if you scroll down, I think you'll be able to see, and it's very affordable. It's only $70 per week, and you can join from anywhere basically. All you need is just an internet connection, and you can also see the advantages here, what you'll be learning, the levels and the topics. And by the way, we provide this program for free for students who are coming into Canada to study with us, and during their self-isolation for 2 weeks, they'll be enrolled in this program for 2 weeks automatically. And you can see the class sizes there, minimum requirements and technical requirements, and you can see the time zones for Vancouver, Toronto, and for other cities. Yeah, you can just click on time in your city, and we'll be able to tell you what time it's going to be in your own country or in your own city. And students say 96% I'm learning and improving my English during the virtual class, and 95% I like Sslc virtual classes. So our students are happy with our online programs. We are now offering both on-campus and online programs, and we are really excited to launch Sslc Connect. Okay, and we also have other programs, other online programs, such as medical English, cabin communication for airline cabin crew training. These are virtual courses as well. And of course, our pathway program is still running online in 3 different time zones, Toronto, Vancouver, and we have in Vancouver morning and evening. So we've made things easier for students who are abroad. And that's about it for now. Did you receive and if you want to register, you just click there, and we have a brand new online payment option as well. If Jim can show it quickly. Online payment, yeah, you go to admissions and then click online payments. And we've partnered with CIBC International Student Pay. So it's very easy. You just click there, pay online, and you'll be able to pay online from anywhere.
That's great. That's the same platform we use in Niagara College as well.
Oh, really? There you
Yes.
go. There you go.
So I send my presentation via PDF, and
Okay.
if not, we can just start it, and I'm good to go.
Okay. Jim, do you have the presentation? I think he must
Yes,
have.
I have just a
Okay.
second.
Okay. He'll share it, and then my job is done for the day.
Okay,
Rest
so
is on you, family.
that's fine. That's fine, my friend. I've win so many times. So hello again, everyone. My name is Fernando Gama. As I said, I'm the regional manager for the Americas and the Caribbean and Niagara College Canada. So hopefully we'll have my presentation running up soon. If not, let's just roll, and I'll give you all the information for Niagara College. So just to make everyone aware that Niagara College is a public post-secondary institution in Canada, located in Ontario. So yes, we are a part of the provincial government of Ontario, and we have many international students. We welcome many international students from all around the world. As I said, so as I told before, I am a former international student as well, just like you guys. I came to Canada years ago as an international student, and now I am here living in Canada, working in Canada. So what I want to say to all of you guys is that yes, you can make it happen. It's very much possible to do so. So I'll start with the slide. So why Canada? And the reason for that is like you guys probably know, because you already chose Sprott Language College and Canada to be your study destination. It doesn't matter if you're studying online or if you're here in Canada. You know that Canada has amazing education, right? So Canada has an amazing education system. We have amazing language schools in Canada and post-secondary institutions from undergraduate to graduate options. And the one reason why a lot of students come to Canada is that, yes, we are a very multicultural country. So here you see that we have a Brazilian talking to you, and we have people from Libya here in the chat. We have people from everywhere in the world. But Canada is very accepting, is very welcoming to international students. But most of all, Canada is a land of opportunities. So opportunities to come, to live, study, work, and have fun. But most of all, like while studying a post-secondary education in a public institution such as Niagara College, you're able to work part-time while you're studying. You can have full-time work hours while you're on scheduled breaks. But even better, when you graduate, you can apply for what we call the post-graduation work permit. And the post-graduation work permit is an amazing thing because it allows international students to stay in Canada for up to 3 years, working full-time anywhere that you want in Canada. It doesn't matter if you study in Vancouver, you want to come to Niagara for work, you can do it. Or you can study here with us in Niagara and go to Vancouver, you can do it as well. So you're free to go anywhere in Canada to do so. And that's one of the best things. So a lot of international students choose to study their post-secondary education in a public funded college such as Niagara College, because you will have these benefits of applying for the post-graduation work permit. But why come to Niagara? So Niagara College, just so you guys have a better understanding of what Niagara College is. Niagara College, as I said, a public institution. We have around 11,000 full-time students here in Niagara from over 106 nationalities. So we have students from all around the world on campus, and right now we have approximately 3,500 international students. So that means we have, out of the 11,000, we have 3,500 students that come from other countries in the world. And we have over 130 academic programs. That means that you have a lot of options to choose from. You can choose from let's say business, or you can take hospitality and tourism. You can take environmental studies, engineering, computer. It doesn't matter what you want to study. We'll very much likely have an opportunity for you here as an international student. And the good thing as well is that we have many partnerships with other institutions, so being colleges and universities in Canada, that you can transfer your credits to. So you can come and study with Niagara College and then transfer your credits to a university in Ontario or university in Canada or even international university, or transit to another college, as I mentioned before. Niagara is known for being, that's in the next slide, Niagara is known for being a leader in student satisfaction in Ontario. So for 8 years in a row, Niagara has been the #1 college for student satisfaction. The reason for that is that we have an amazing range of services for international students. So for example, just in international office in Niagara College, we have over 100 employees to help international students with immigration transition support. We have 7 immigration advisors on campus to help our students. We have a career center in employment support. So we help students we teach students how to find jobs, help them to get their resume ready, train them for interviews. We have doctors and nurses on campus. We have athletics. We have counseling. We have medical services. So we have a lot to offer you. So we know that when you come to Canada as an international student, it's hard, right? You're probably leaving your family and friends behind. You're starting over again, and you need that support. So Niagara is very well known for the supports, and that's one thing from a former international student to you. I can guarantee that these services will help you making you feel comfortable here in Canada. Okay, and moving forward, another good thing as well is that we won the campus. The Campus of the Year award, because we have an amazing campus here in Niagara, and I'll tell you more about it later on. So a lot of students, when they're choosing to come to Canada, they think like, you know what, I'll probably go to the biggest cities, that being said, Toronto and Vancouver, because these cities, they're bigger, so they probably have more jobs, and I'll find better jobs over there. So why should I go to a medium-sized city like Niagara? So that means that a lot of the students, they have questions of, will I find a job when I arrive in Niagara, or when I arrive in Canada? I'm throwing some numbers for you guys over there. So 9 out of 10 Niagara College graduates are employed within 6 months of graduation. That means that a college in Ontario is the college system here is what I call demand driven. So we're only allowed to offer jobs if there's a demand in the market. So there's a synergy between the industry, so the factories, the business people, and the college system and the government. So we do some market research, and we do economic research to understand where the demand is, and we train our students to be employed in these industries. So it doesn't matter if you're choosing a program in business, or a program in hospitality and tourism, or a program in engineering, you will find jobs. The good thing, and that you guys probably have been to lots of webinars like this from other institutions, and you probably know that international students, once you're studying at a public funded school like Niagara College, you can work while you study. Right? So you can work while you study, you can work 20 hours off campus. When you schedule breaks, you can work full time. But while you're studying, there's no limit of hours to working on campus. And we have 7 corporations on campus that the students can work at. And we also have our internal departments that students can work for us. And that's in the previous slide, please. So we have 3 restaurants, we have a brewery, we have a winery, we have a spa, a dental clinic, a distillery, a greenhouse, and a nursery. All of these are on-campus businesses that are open to the public, and our students can work on campus and of course be paid minimum wage, which in Ontario is $14 per hour. And if you're working with us in the international department as a student assistant, for example, or working in the recruitment and marketing with me, for example, or in the IT or in the library, you're still making $14 an hour. And you do not have a legal limitation of hours that you can work on campus. So you can balance your work and life, your work and study life, and get some very important work hours here to get more money to enjoy your life in Canada, or maybe to save funds for your next tuition payment, or help your living costs, who knows, right? So there's lots of opportunities. And I don't know where you are right now in the world, but in lots of countries, you tend to think that the best opportunities, as I said before, are in the biggest cities. And when you go to a smaller city or a medium-sized city, there's nothing there, right? So that's not how it happens in Canada. So in the next few slides, I'm just showing a little bit of the companies that are available that are located here in the Niagara region. So, for example, if you look in the map, you'll see that the Niagara region is located in the border between the United States and Canada, so between Toronto and New York. So the Niagara region is the most commercial border between the United States and Canada, and through here flows a lot of money. So we have lots of manufacturing businesses located over here, such as GM, Ford, General Electric, John Deere, Vale, Mitsubishi, Airbus, Bosch. But we're also a major international trade corridor with over $100 billion in trade flowing through Niagara every year. So that means that if you're planning to study international business or supply chain logistics, Niagara is probably one of the best places for you to come to study here in Ontario. Okay? So moving on, we also have very good opportunities in, of course, hospitality and tourism, because you probably know there's a very touristic place located here in the Niagara regions called the Niagara Falls. So Niagara Falls welcomes 15 million tourists per year, and we have many hospitality and tourism related businesses here in Niagara. So moving on, a lot of people hear about Niagara, but they have no clue where Niagara is. So I have a little map to show you guys where Niagara is located. And so it's 2 next slides, please. Yep, amazing. So Niagara, as I said, is located in the border of the United States and Canada. It's just a 1-hour drive from Toronto. So Niagara is very close to Toronto. And my house right now, I'm located here in Niagara, and my house is probably 10 to 15 minutes from the border. So I'm very close to the United States. It's a very easy drive to New York from here. And a lot of the students are choosing to come to Niagara because there's great benefits for you. So in the next slides, I'm going to show that Niagara is not a city. A lot of people tend to think that Niagara is a city, but it's not a city. Niagara is a region. So a region with 3 to 4 big cities that are located very close to each other. It's like when you're going to Vancouver and you have North Vancouver, Vancouver, and New Westminster, whatever, right? So all these cities over there, and Niagara is pretty much the same thing. So the cities are very close and connected. As I said before, the beautiful Niagara Falls is one of the most visited tourist destinations in the world, but we have the city of Niagara Falls. So the city of Niagara Falls, that's a picture during the day, and in the next slide, you see a picture during the night. So there's lots of employment opportunities for international students when they're located, when they're going to study in Niagara College. They're located in Niagara Falls because they can get amazing jobs over there. They have very flexible schedules as well. And as I said, making at least the minimum wage, which in Canada is $14, in Ontario is $14 per hour. But we also have the other cities here in the Niagara region, which one of them is Niagara-on-the-Lake. A lot of people, when they come to Toronto, when they come to Ontario, they come here to visit the Niagara region. They come to Niagara Falls. They come to Niagara-on-the-Lake. Niagara-on-the-Lake is the first capital of the province of Ontario. So it's a cultural heritage. So it's protected by the government. And it's a beautiful city with lots of wineries and craft breweries. That's not where our students are going to live, because houses here, they tend to be a little bit more expensive than $2 million. So I guarantee that as a student, you're probably not going to live over there. But it's an amazing place for you to visit. And most of our students will live in St. Catharines, which is like the downtown core of the Niagara region. We have over 150,000 people right now. So the Niagara region, we have a little bit over 500,000 people in the Niagara region. So Elias, what's the population of the Vancouver area?
Just core Vancouver, things around 1 million, less than 1 million, but with the Greater Vancouver and Lower Mainland, maybe it's 2.5.
Amazing. So Niagara is probably half of the size of Vancouver.
Mhm.
So what's nice about Niagara is that it's a region that's not too big, but not too small as well. That you get to enjoy the best of both worlds. But
Mhm.
one of the bad things for international students, and I'm sorry for my friends that live in Toronto and Vancouver right now, but it's the living costs in Niagara are a lot cheaper in comparison with Toronto and Vancouver. So here we're talking that it's at least 50% cheaper than Toronto and Vancouver. So for a student to rent a two-bedroom apartment, they're probably paying $1,200 or $1,300 a month. And if you're looking for a four-bedroom house for rent, you're probably paying 1,700 a month or 1,800 a month. I know, Elias, you're probably laughing because you're comparing with the prices in Vancouver, which are, I
I'm
have lots of friends. I
I
have
am
lots of friends over
considering
there.
moving to Niagara region now.
So it's important because that's this is a key factor for students to consider, because while Toronto and Vancouver are great cities, and I've been to both many times and I love both, but living costs are quite high. So if you're planning to come with a family or with a spouse, with kids, and you probably need a bigger space, you need more space, you need like 3 bedrooms, and you bring your dogs, and who knows what's happening, right? So you're looking for a higher rental cost in these regions, and in Niagara it's a little bit lower. And the good thing, as I said, is that the Niagara region, while we offer everything in quality of life. So everything that you find in Toronto and Vancouver, you'll find over here as well, like places to go, like fun and tons of stuff to do. Here, the living costs a little bit cheaper. But talking about the college again, we have two campuses located in the Niagara region. And we have the Niagara-on-the-Lake campus and the Welland campus. They're very far from each other, approximately 15 minutes. So I'm joking, okay? So I was trying to say that's very close, and these two campuses, as I said, we welcome about 11,000 full-time students, and these campuses are divided by areas of study. So the Welland campus, it's where we have our laboratories. It's where we have our engineering, manufacturing, or our big laboratories that demand lots of space. They are usually in the Welland campus. So we're going to find our health related programs, or advanced manufacturing engineering, or fitness studies, our justice studies as well. While in the Niagara-on-the-Lake campus, it's where you're going to find the business programs, so hospitality and tourism, culinary arts, and amazing programs for you. So I know that the Ontario system is slightly different than the city than the education system in British Columbia, but here in Ontario we have many public colleges, right? And they're all great quality of education, amazing. So there's no better college than the other, but there are two main differences. So the first one is obvious, is location, right? So where our campuses are located, and considering where our campuses are located, which areas of expertise the college offers. So because we're located in the most commercial border between the United States and Canada, Niagara is very well known, as I said before, for international business, business programs, and supply chain logistics. So if you're looking for one of these programs, Niagara is definitely a key destination in Ontario for that. As we have the Niagara Falls, we have 15 million tourists per year. So we are extremely strong in hospitality and tourism studies, and also the culinary arts. So if you're planning to study culinary in Canada, I can say that the Niagara College is a top school in Ontario for this area of studies. We have programs from 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, many different options. We are also extremely well known for our human resources programs and for environmental studies, because Niagara is located in the Niagara Escarpment, which is a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. We have a beautiful green area here in the Niagara region, and we're very well known for our environmental studies programs. So just going through go through the next slides quickly, because as a public institution in Canada, we offer academic programs, so over 130 academic programs from 1 year all the way up to 4-year bachelor degrees. So we have 1-year certificates. That means if you want to study very quick, or like a 1-year postgraduate certificate as well, a 2-year diploma, a 3-year advanced diploma, and a 4-year bachelor degrees. Most of the students, they tend to choose 2 years of study, so a 2-year diploma, maybe a 3-year advanced diploma, or 2 postgraduate studies, so 2 1+1 postgraduate certificates as well. So in the next slides, we have just a few pictures of the areas that we offer. We are very well known for our health programs in Ontario. Unfortunately, we don't have many undergraduate options for our international students, but we do have amazing graduate options for nurses. So if you're a nurse anywhere in the world with a bachelor degree, we have 4 specific graduate certificates for you. And these graduate certificates will help you to set you up to start working in Ontario as a nurse. Okay, so we have healthcare leadership and management, we have critical care nursing, we have palliative care, and we have community mental health. So these are amazing areas if you're a nurse anywhere in the world and you want to come to Canada to study, to continue education and work in Canada as a nurse as well. But following in the next slides, we have the IT programs, of course, so computer programming, so computer assistance technicians, so network and cloud technologies. These are very strong areas nowadays because, as we know, here we are live streaming. You guys are probably all around the world right now, and we are here from Ontario, one in British Columbia, talking to you guys. So these IT services are key nowadays, right? And following up, we have advanced manufacturing and engineering. So great areas to study. We have arts and media studies. So if you're planning to come here to Canada to be a graphic designer or to work in game development or even broadcasting, so radio, television, and film, and or planning to be an actor or an actress, we have amazing programs to you. As I said, engineering, manufacturing. So we're very well known for our advanced engineering. We have electrical engineering, electronical, mechanical, cars, so automotive, hydraulics, photonics. If you want to work with lasers, there are great options for you. Then moving on, we have community and justice studies. So if you want to work in the police force, if you want to work from customs and border securities, if you want to work with kids in early child education or education assistance special needs support, we have great options for you. Business programs, of course, as I said before, we are very well known for business programs, and every single college in Canada will offer you business programs. We'll have a cafeteria and a basketball court. What I'm trying to say is that doesn't matter if you're planning to study business, it doesn't matter where you go in Canada, because all institutions will have an option for you. It's very important to understand what area you're looking for, what kind of lifestyle you're looking for, because the region that you're choosing to study and the institution that you're going to study are key in this decision-making process. And moving on, we have, of course, hospitality and tourism. We're very well known for hospitality and tourism programs. So from hospitality, hotel and restaurant operations, and hospitality and tourist management. We have also culinary arts programs. So we're one of the top culinary arts schools in the country right now. So if you're planning to come here for culinary arts, Niagara College is definitely a destination for that. Our programs are very well known. This picture is the culinary Olympic team of Canada. So they train at Niagara College, and our chef professors are the ones that lead the Canadian Olympic team for the Olympics. We just got gold and silver in the last culinary Olympics. So these are very well known. And a lot of international students look for these because these are there are so many job opportunities in this area, and they also offer you great opportunities for staying in Canada in the future if you're looking for that.
So Fernando, Is culinary arts program going to be back on campus?
Out this fall. So in Niagara College, we're offering about 40% of our programs on campus, and that means half of our student population. So about 6,000 students will be on campus right now. And all these hands-on programs, such as culinary arts, they are delivered on campus. Yes, and we're all planning to be back on 100% on-campus classes this January. So fingers crossed. Hope everything goes well. So we're all back on campus in January.
Nice.
Yeah, and if you also love the culinary area, we also have culinary innovation and food technology. And just a quick highlight here, that we are the #1 college in all Canada for applied research. So if you want to work in research, and applied research is working with specific businesses and key industries in Canada for developing new strategies, new techniques, and trouble solving, let's put it like that. So they have issues, they have troubles, and our students will be allocated to work with our business and industry partners to help find solutions for them. And we were just voted the #1 college in all Canada for that.
So, Fernando, there's a quick question from Castro. I'm sure we're going to talk about the tuition fees later on. But to answer Castro's question quickly, culinary arts program fee, we can talk about this in the end. I'm sure you're going to touch base on tuition fees. And he's asking if the tuition fees will be reduced due to online courses. But you just mentioned that culinary arts will be on campus, so it cannot be run online because it's a hands-on program.
Exactly, but even though it's an on-campus program right now, we have reduced our tuition fees. Not the tuition fees, but the total fees that the students are paying, because a lot of the resources available on campus are not available due to the pandemic, right? So students did get a very interesting discount in their invoices for this year. And Castro, what I can say to you is that all colleges in Ontario, they have an average of 17,000 Canadian dollars per academic year. So it doesn't matter which college in Ontario that you choose, that's the average. We have programs that are a little bit cheaper, such as the business program. So they run from $15,500 in a year, for example. And culinary arts programs, they tend to be a little bit more expensive in the $18,500, because when you're studying culinary, you have all sorts of ingredients that you have to work with, right? So the finest pieces of meat and ingredients and vegetables and flours, and you have also the chef jackets that are given to you, and we wash them frequently for you. So we have all this kind of added services that will impact the final cost. But what I can say is that culinary is also one of the areas that are easiest to find a job, especially here in Niagara. So you can very easily find a job here, and with what you make as a cook or as a chef here in Niagara will definitely help you with your living costs and your costs here to study in Niagara College. Okay, so moving on to the next slides, we have and the very last area that I wanted to highlight is environmental studies. As I mentioned to you guys before, so Niagara, the Niagara region is a region that's protected by UNESCO. It's one of the natural wonders of the world right now, and we have undergraduate and graduate options. So especially if you have like an engineering degree back from home with this. From environmental studies, you can come here. We have amazing graduate certificate options for you. So postgraduate options that you can come, specialize yourself, and enter the labor market. So now moving on, we're just going to talk a little bit of the services, as I briefly touched in the beginning of the presentation. We have services offered for international students, such as I mentioned, health services, so all kinds of support and advisement. If you are here, if you're having difficulties with classes or have free peer tutors and drop-in classes for you. But if you're actually a great student and you had very good grades last semester, we can hire you right now to be a tutor for our current students. And that means that Niagara College will pay you to help other students. And that's also an on-campus job that you do not have a limit of hours on campus. As I said before, we have transition and immigration support. So I have 7 immigration advisors on campus. We have career center employment support. We have athletics and recreation. And we also have a housing department that helps you to find an on-campus residence or find homestay options. Or if you're looking for off-campus places to live, we can also support you with that as well. So talking about admissions. So a student, what a student needs to apply to any college in Ontario, and especially a college here at Niagara College, you need, if you're applying for an undergraduate, you need a high school diploma and proof of English proficiency. You guys are lucky because you're studying at Sprott Language College, and we have an amazing partnership opportunity. So once you guys graduate from Sprott, you can join Niagara College directly. The only thing that you need to do is show us that you graduated at least high school. That's for undergraduate programs. But if you're aiming for graduate options, you also have to show that you have English proficiency. That means that you graduated Sprott Language College, and then you have at least a bachelor degree from home. Okay, so these documents need to be translated into English by a certified translator, and that's it, plain and simple. So that's most of the academic programs. Some other programs, they will demand a portfolio, they'll demand that you show a little bit of experience, but this one-on-one specifics, we can talk to you. Your pathway counselors can help you as well, and of course the Niagara College team is here to support you as well. As I mentioned before, prices. So tuition fees and the total estimated cost in the year, as I said before, are usually 17,000 Canadian dollars a year. So an academic year in Canada is 8 months, okay? Usually September to May. But if you graduated, and can we just go back to the last slide, please? If you graduated Sprott Language College, we can offer you a language school partner scholarship. So it's $2,000 for you, an international student that graduated Sprott. What do you need to do? Plain and simple. Just show us that you graduated Sprott and talk to your pathway counselor, that they will help you.
Fernando, since you, my voice is echoing, I think I'm just going to mute for 1 sec. So since you just touch based on this, I'd like to talk a bit more about how students easily transition from SSLC, from us to you. So all you have to do is you just join our EP program. You can come with a lower level of English. That's fine as well. You can start with ESL and then move your way up to our EP program, English for Post-Secondary Education. And that's a 12-week program. And once you complete our EP program with our transcript and certificate, we'll be able to, you'll be able to start Niagara directly without providing any other English proficiency scores. So at this point, I'd like to ask you, so as soon as students are accepted into our EP program and we have their letter of acceptances, what do we need to do to start their application? Do we just fill out an online application? We send their passport copies, their transcripts, either from their high school, depending on the program, or from their universities. You need SSLC's LOA, and then we submit this online. And I was just going to ask if there is any application fees that they need to pay. That was my first question. And then how long does the process take, and what should students expect?
Okay, so the application process is very simple, and it's a step-by-step process that's available on the international website, which is international.niagaracollege.ca. So students, they do have to pay $100 fee for the application. Mm-hmm. And once they apply, so they will tell us what programs they would like to study, and by the end, so of course they'll give us all their information, programs that they want to study. They're gonna give us their passport information, and in the end, they have to upload their documents. So what these documents are, as you mentioned, so high school transcript and diploma, any documents that are not originally in English need to be translated into English by a certified translator. They need to upload as well, so SSLC's LOA, and that's it. So if there's any missing documentation, you can always talk to me and we can figure that out.
I think we have our own portal to submit applications, and I believe the application fees were waived, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably. So that's something that you and I can talk privately, but we can definitely do it.
Okay, so that's another advantage for our students as well, right there. Okay, so we submit everything, and your admissions receives all the documents. And within how many days or weeks you respond to this application, and then you send an offer letter, and then how much do they have to pay to receive the official LOA, etc.? Can you guide us through this process as well quickly?
Absolutely. So regular processing times in Niagara College is 2 weeks.
Okay.
Why is that? Because we have a special and dedicated international admissions team that go through all international admissions and all applications. So 2 weeks. If you have any application that needs to be expedited because it's urgent, of course, Elias, you can always talk to me and we can figure that out, and we can expedite on a case-to-case analysis. But absolutely, that's what you need to do, and it's a very simple process.
Great. And how much do students pay to receive the official LOA, or you just give them a time and then that's it? You just send one letter, right?
Yep. So we issue the letter of acceptance. What students need to do is, if once they're studying with you, we're going to issue a conditional letter of acceptance. Right?
Okay.
We're accepting them conditionally. What's the condition? That they graduate your EAP program, so they meet the language proficiency requirement to join Niagara College. And in that acceptance package on page 4, we will submit the estimated expenses, so the estimated fees to be paid. So it's usually we do not require deposit in Niagara College. We require the tuition payment by 4 months, 5 months prior to the start of classes. Okay? So they have 2 options. They have to pay either for the full academic year, in which they get a $500 discount, or they can pay per term, and they can pay for their first term first, and then while they're studying here, they can pay for the second terms and so on.
And they will, of course, get this $1,000 off on their first semester. And on the second semester, I cannot just see on the presentation because of
so our images are here. So how it works, students will have to fill up a form that I'm going to give to you. So it's very simple. They have to sign, and once we receive it, we'll authorize the scholarship. So it's $1,000 automatically awarded to the students in the first semester. If the student achieves an average of 80% or more, they'll get another $1,000 in the second semester. Okay. So the first 1,000 is automatic. The second 1,000 is based on the student grades. On their first semester. Exactly. Okay. Exactly.
Great.
And all international students do super well. We know how much effort we have to put in for being in Canada, for maybe starting over again, and we know that sometimes the currency exchange is not favorable to us, and we know how much effort we put into education. So I can guarantee that 99% of our students will have success in getting this second $1,000. And the other amazing scholarship opportunity that we have, which is on the next slide, it's dedicated for our bachelor degree programs. So if you're planning to come to Niagara College to join one of our bachelor degrees in business administration, you can get a scholarship of up to $20,000. That means that you're going to get pretty much like one academic year for free if you do very well. So it's a $2,500 award automatically in the first semester, and if you get an average of 80% or more, you're going to continue getting $2,500 all the way up to 20. Nice. So that's an amazing opportunity for international students.
There's a quick question from Castro again. He's asking, can I transfer credits earned at another institution to Niagara College? So is it possible that students can transfer their international credentials, or perhaps they've studied in Canada for a year or two and then transfer those credits to Niagara College?
Absolutely, absolutely. So students can either transfer credits from other official recognized institutions to Niagara College, or transfer our credits to other institutions as well. So we do have a special dedicated team that's the international credit transfer team at the admissions, and they will always check that for you. There's no fees attached to that. They'll check your credits. And they'll let you know which credits can be transferred and which credits can't. Just one single piece of advice, and that's a friendly advice. Elias, you're an RCIC, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
International students, they have to be careful when they're transferring credits, because they usually they're looking for work opportunities in Canada and maintaining their status to be eligible to apply for the post-graduation work permit. So that means that you need to be considered a full-time student. So sometimes transferring a lot of credits, it's not a good idea, because you might lose your full-time status. So that's not recommended. And also, one thing that you need to be mindful of, that all credits, all courses designed and offered by Niagara College are offered according to an industry need. So sometimes you already studied this before in your home country, but here in Canada it's different. And you get amazing opportunities to network with industry leaders, with your faculty, with your professors, and they will be the best assets for you to find a job. So from a foreign international student, I know, Castro, why you're asking this, but friendly advice, you need to be careful. And that's why we also have staff and immigration and academic advisors on campus that can guide you on this process as well.
So maybe if they're looking into studying a bachelor's degree, maybe that might be a good option. Maybe first and second years, but obviously, if you're doing a postgraduate degree, there's no point, because those are usually like 1 or 2 years, and you need to complete those to be eligible to apply for up to 3 years of post-graduation work permit. So as Fernando said, you need to be careful on what you want to transfer. But it is possible. I mean, if you're looking into studying, especially a 4-year degree program at Niagara, it's possible.
Absolutely.
And we hope that answers your question, Castro. Thank you for asking questions. By the way, you can continue to ask your questions from the chat box, or you can click on the Ask a Question tab. We can even invite you live on stage. If you want to be live with us on stage, we can also invite you, and you can ask your questions live.
And yes, that's actually the end of my presentation. So the very next slide is just a quick thank you and summary. So if you want to start a Mind-C story, which want to start your journey here in Niagara College, you go to international.niagaracollege.ca and talk to your pathway counselors at Sslc, and they'll help you through this process. It's a very easy process to go, but there's a lot of planning. There's a lot of understanding of Canada to make the right decision, and I'm sure the Sprott Show has an amazing team to guide you on that.
I love your presentation. I love, and our colors match as well. Our logos and colors match, so it looks really nice. Thank you so much. Are you done with your presentation?
I'm done.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much. That was great. We learned lots about Niagara College. You have over 130 programs, in healthcare and business, in culinary arts, hospitality, and tourism, lots of things. And I know that your hospitality programs are great, and you have great programs, and it's a very touristic place anyway. So it's great if students are looking into studying or working in these sectors. I just have a few more questions, and if you have more questions either from here or on Facebook, we can take those as well, and then we can wrap it up. How many students do you have at Niagara College, and what's the percentage, or how many international students do you have?
So we have about 11,000 full-time students right
Mhm.
now,
Mhm.
and about 3,500, so 3,500 students are international from over 106 nationalities. So it's
Wow.
so what's very nice is that when you walk on our campuses through our halls and you see students from all around the world. It's an amazing nationality mix, and students get to enjoy pretty much like the best of both worlds.
Great. Fernando, you mentioned about the employment opportunities in the region. Uh, I'm wondering if you're also offering any co-op programs, and do you have co-op terms, and how does it work?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So over 80% of our programs have some sort of a work placement or work opportunity. So either being co-ops and internships or field placements. So
Hmm.
absolutely, co-ops are probably one of the best opportunities for international students to get their feet wet in Canada and experience the industry so they can get good jobs. So usually it's funny because they tend to get full-time jobs in their co-op places. So a co-op is usually in the middle of the academic year or
Okay.
the academic program. So they
Hmm.
go over there, they take a semester or two working in their co-ops, and they when they come back to classes, usually the co-op employer, they say that don't worry because you get a full-time job when you come back, and that's what happens. I can say because when I arrived at international student, I graduated in Niagara College with four full-time job offers to choose from. So, and that's one of the good things about the Niagara region, and especially the area, the greater Toronto area. So here in Ontario, a lot of international students are seeking for the greater Toronto area for a place to study, to live and work and have fun and establish their roots. Let's put it like that. Because a lot of international students, they come here. Maybe a few of them come to Niagara because it's cheaper to live over here. You get great education when you graduate. You have a full-time work permit. You can go anywhere that you want, and you go to Toronto, you go to Vancouver with a better salary usually. So you have more means to afford the living costs. But a
Hmm.
lot of students that come here, over 80% of them end up staying in Niagara because it's a beautiful place to live. We have amazing job opportunities. As I mentioned before, over 90% of our students have jobs when they graduate. And
Hmm.
that's because, as I mentioned, Niagara, our programs are demand driven. We offer what the industry is looking for. So do not be afraid of choosing Niagara College or choosing Niagara Region, because you will get an amazing combo. Let's put it like that of great place to live, work opportunities, lower living costs, and an amazing education in Niagara College.
Great. There's one more question from Castro, but before I ask that, or actually, it's kind of like a follow-up question to my question. He's asking if students guarantee jobs in co-op programs, or do they have to go and find their on their own? I'm sure you have, your office to help them, but do you actually place students directly, or do they go out there and find their own jobs?
We do not place students directly, Castro. I'll tell you why. Because in the public post-secondary education in Canada, we're treating you guys like adults, and we're training you for the workforce. So we're not going to place you in a job, but we're going to give you every tool and every support to get this job. So we do have a co-op team here that helps you find these jobs. They'll connect you with the industry lead. They'll give you advice. So I can tell you that you definitely have a co-op job. You definitely have one, but it's not guaranteed. Okay, so
Mhm.
there's no guarantee. You come here, we'll do everything that we can, and 99.9% of the students they will have their co-op job. So don't worry. Okay, that's not a concern.
Students are, I think, they're confused sometimes because some of the private colleges use the term guaranteed, although
Yes.
uh, it's not really legal or the right terminology to use guaranteed, especially during these COVID times.
Exactly.
That's why students are so excited about getting a guaranteed job. But to be honest with you all, it's not. It's never guaranteed in any college in Canada, and it shouldn't be used the term guaranteed should not be used anyways.
I agree. From a former lawyer to you, I completely agree with you.
Yeah. Okay, let me see if I have any other questions. We basically talked about almost everything, but I just want to clarify something because this is really important. Our pathway works as a direct entry, and I just want to make sure that this is the case for your post-grad programs as well. And
Yes.
if our pathway, because with some colleges this is not the case, but I just want to emphasize this. Our pathway works for your both diploma, certificate, undergraduate programs, as well as your postgraduate programs, right?
Exactly. So for our bachelor degrees and our postgraduate programs, your students that will need to graduate with higher averages. That's it. So as long as you graduate your EEP program and you have a very good average, you will be fine to start any of our academic programs.
Okay. All right. Great. All right. It's been more than an hour. I guess I'm done with my questions, and thank you so much for joining us today. That was great. Okay. Oh, actually, I wanted to touch base on, because last week we didn't have a webinar, and you and we were busy at ISEF. I think you were attending ISEF as well.
Yep.
And last week there was an update about studying online. So if you've started Niagara College in May, or if you're studying in September, your time will be counted towards PGWP. Of course, if you've applied to for a study permit, or if you had a study permit and you studied online, it will not affect you. And if you're studying in September, you said that you will be switching to on campus in January, if everything, fingers crossed. But even if you didn't, they can still technically take their programs online until the end of April. So this was a new update. So and same thing, if you want to study at Niagara College, you can start with us, improve your English. We are running our programs online, and you will save a lot of money in terms of living costs, right? So you can just stay home in your home country, complete our EPE, and then by January, I mean, if you start this month or next month, it takes 12 weeks to complete our program. You'll be ready to enroll at Niagara College by January. And even if we all continue online, that's not a problem. You'll be safe until the end of April. So there is one more last question. I'm worried that my visa application will be delayed. Do you have any advice? Castro, I'm not sure if you apply to Sslc or Niagara, I'm not sure. But if that's the case, you can always defer your start date. If you were planning to start in September, you can defer to January. If it was January, you can defer to May or next September. So there are, I'm sure, either us or Niagara or any other institution, I'm not sure where you applied, but we'll be able to help you with that.
Yeah, so for example, just an example of what we're doing here in Niagara. And Castro, please let me know where you're from. I'm just curious to know that. But here, for example, for our online programs, we're allowing students to start online studies, which will start in a week, even if they don't have their approval in principle yet. So students have until September 22nd to show us that they received the approval in principle.
Okay.
And if they haven't, they can ask to withdraw with a full refund, no questions asked.
That's great.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to be as flexible as we can, understanding that this is a situation that no one wanted to be at. And we know, like, Niagara College is extremely well connected with immigration, and we've been in talks with them as a public institution, and we know the current situation right now, and we're trying to make the students' lives as easy as possible. So you can start, for example, our online classes this September, which is start next week, and you have until September 22nd. But it is completely right. So if you if your visa wasn't approved by then, September 22nd, or if you plan to start in January, and if your visa wasn't approved, we can always defer your application to the next available intake. And we'll always do everything that we can here in Niagara to help you with this process.
Exactly. Okay, that's about it for today. Thank you again, Fernando, for joining us today. We really appreciate your time. And thanks everyone for joining our webinar live today. And I'm sure, once we're done here, he's from Mexico, by the way.
Hola, amigo.
Yeah. And this will be watched later on, and we were live on Facebook, people watch it, and, and we are always happy to help our prospective students out there. And if you have any questions, you can always contact us, and then we'll be happy to help you. And thank you so much. And I'll see you next week. We have upcoming webinars. Maybe Jim can share those. We'll be live with Seneca College next Wednesday, and then we'll have more in the upcoming weeks. So please stay tuned and continue joining our webinars, and I'll see you next week again. Thank you so much. Take care, Fernando.
Thanks for having me, and good luck everyone in your studies, and looking forward to see you in Canada soon.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.